Hi everyone. I think I'm live, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing, so please bear with me. Um, okay, I'm winging it. You know what? I watched some videos and I thought I'm going to give this a go. I don't know if anyone can hear me, but let's see if anyone pops up. If not, I'm trying it out. I'm trying it out. If you're out there, oh my God, hi Audrey. Thank you so much for joining me. You know what? I've talked about this for so long, and I thought if I don't do it, when am I ever going to do it? So I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and it's scary. I've got spotlights out in my kitchen. I've got a makeshift light over there. And oh my God, I'm so delighted to see you all. This is so scary. I'm just pressing buttons here thinking, okay, I'm going live. Let's see what happens. I haven't got a headphones or a microphone or anything like that. I have got a microphone, but it rigs up to my phone and I haven't rigged up my phone. So, thank you. I don't feel wonderful at all. Oh, dear me. It's so good to see you all. I'm so sorry I promised this for so long. And here I am. I just got the night to myself. My son is with his dad. And I'm sitting at home thinking, what are you so scared of going live? Just do it. You know, I'm so grateful to you all for supporting me and being here for me. And I thought it was time I chatted to you all. So hi, Bunny. Hi, Catty. And I don't have my glasses on either. And we're going to talk Idaho 4. We are going to do it. Oh, I think my last video was a bit of a disaster. So many people didn't get what I was doing. Did you guys get it? Oh, thank you, Audrey. I don't know how to get your comments up, so please bear with me tonight. I don't know. I wonder how you get, like, oh God, I have no idea. There's just like all these buttons. Hey, Mark and Betty, welcome. I wonder how you get people's comments up. No idea. I would love some other creator to come up here and say, you know what, let's show you what to do. So I'm sorry if you guys, I'd love to get your comments up on the screen, but I don't know how. I can see private chat. I can see invite. I just thought I'd wing it. So thank you for winging it with me. So if I will call out your comments. I thought, hi, oh, lovely. Well, here I am. And you know what? I've realized I can blur out my background and I don't even have to wash up. That was a big thing. I was like, you know what? I'd love to do a live, but I know I look too old to have an 8-year-old son. He's 8 next week. But I had my son really late in life and he creates such mess and I create my own mess as well. So quite often my house is a mess and I think, how do I do a live when I haven't washed up yet? And look, I can blur the background. Amazing. If I look there, yes, I think that's where my camera is, so I can see you there. So I can't believe people have even turned up. Audrey, thank you so much for all your comments and all you guys. You're so appreciated. Wow, I'm live. Anyway, shall we talk about something? Shall we get straight on with Idaho 4? I've had a couple of emails from people. I'm really slow at all of this. I can't tell you how time consuming making a video is because I work and you kind of have to check your facts and you know, you think, I want to say this, and then you think, oh my God, do I remember that correctly? Is that right? And then you have to Google it or look it up and then you, oh God, trying to screenshot and screen record all of that stuff. And then my computer goes wrong and uploading a video, it's taken me 4 hours before now. Oh, the absurd. Oh, Truth and Translucent. Are you the lady who's been quoting me on your page? I would love you to explain what you're doing. I don't understand. If you could, that would be great. Hi, anyway, really glad to welcome you here. Yeah, the Michael Myers outfit. I'm really Right, listen, before we start, I want to explain, if you didn't get my last video, it was ironic. Loads of you got it, and I think I actually really upset some of my subscribers because they were like, oh my God, you know, what do you mean? I hope your son never gets wrongly accused of something. Well, if you see my community posts, when I must have been 13 or 14, and I watched that video of 14 Days in May. And it was about a young black guy who was on death row, and a British film company actually filmed him. I think it was Panorama or World in Action. We had two of those what do you call them, TV kind of, they were like investigative journalists, you know, and they'd go out and they oh, that's okay, Truth and Translate. I can do that too. Anyway, I watched this 14 Days in May, and this young black guy was on death row, and I was watching TV on my own, which was quite rare when I was about 14, and I drifted into this program, and it was a documentary, and they followed this guy up until 10 minutes before his execution, and the film crew hugged him. They were all in tears, and he swore his innocence, Now, I don't know if he was innocent or not, okay? But after he was executed, his attorneys had discovered evidence that would have exonerated him. And as a 13, 14-year-old, which is what I was, I bawled my eyes out. I absolutely was distraught. And even at that age, I could not bear the injustice of what had happened. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not 100% anti-DP. This is not a political thing. But I'm so wary since then that if it is a death penalty case, it's got to be 100% right. And that's where I'm at. And I don't feel that this case, I don't feel that I'm convinced. I'm really not convinced. So I'm scared of the DP because I know there's so much corruption. There's so much police corruption. I'm scared of it. And I think sometimes it's too easy. I think some of them are such monsters. It's an easy way out. So I'm really on the fence with it. I look at what she called Taylor Schabusiness, you know, Laurie, Chad Daybell, those people, I think, get rid of them. You know, I'm with you guys, you know, but if there's not enough evidence, I'm terrified of it. So that's where I'm at with that. And that is why I'm on the fence with Brian, because I don't feel we're there with the evidence, and I'm almost convinced that there's nothing else that they're going to show us. What do you guys think? I wonder if I click on your, oh yes, look, I can do it. This is great. I love that you guys are here with me doing this. Look at that. I thought, I wonder if I click on a comment, if I can show it. Truth and Translucent, I am so glad you're here because you scared me. You had me tagged saying that, I don't know what you said, but it was kind of spooky. Anyway, glad you're here. So I wonder what I do now. Here we are, Audrey Cakes. Let's see. I'm getting there, guys. I've seen you so often in the comments, Audrey. Thank you so much for supporting me. So when was this Michael Myers figure driving around Moscow waving a sheath? It wasn't Brian, it wasn't Brian, was it? Rach, hi Rach. Oh my God, hi. I know, I'm really amazed I'm live. I just thought I'm gonna do it because the other thing, I'm promising you guys this alien on location thing, but my car has broken down again. It broke down last Saturday, that got fixed Wednesday, and Friday I went to drive to work and the exhaust fell out. the exhaust fell off. So kind of went in the middle. It's not the end of the exhaust, it was like halfway along. And I had to drive probably about 7 miles, about 8 miles an hour. And it's sitting in my driveway now. It's going to go to the garage tomorrow, but I can't get to the alien locations. I've done a ton of research on that today, because I grew up with these alien things going on. So I am doing it. I promise you we're going on the alien location. So really nice to see you guys. I'm hoping, it's kind of early, isn't it, for you guys? I'm UK, so I think it's late after. Most of my subscribers are American, US. Love the US. I've had so much time in the US. I love, love, love you guys. I have never, ever met anyone in the US who wasn't 100% welcoming to me. But I know your time zone is completely different. So maybe I'll kind of log off and come back on again, but we'll have a chat for now anyway. So, hi, Katie. Oh, Kerry, thank you. Becky, hi, Becky. I did it. I can't believe I'm live. This is amazing. Thank you, Kerry, so much. I'm glad I crack you up. I'm so glad some of you get my humor. And I don't know, some of the videos, it's not a case that you want to laugh at, but sometimes a bit of humor keeps you sane a little bit. And I hope I didn't upset people with my last video. I just wanted to show that, hi Brandy, hi. I just wanted to show sort of how ridiculous it is that a PhD criminology student made all those mistakes. You know, I was trying to be, what I wanted to do with Is This Brian Story was sort of create a balance between, could he have done it? Because, you know, I really do want to be open to that possibility. I don't believe he did it right now. However, I have got to be open to the fact that he could have. It's not impossible. I'm not convinced. But I wanted to put this video out that was kind of taking us through his eyes, but also kind of point out how ludicrous it was. And I know I upset a couple of people. And Becky, thank you. You alerted me actually, Becky, to this, that you know, I think people aren't getting you, and I haven't got to the comments yet. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and check out the comments. And I was like, oh my God. You know, I've really upset some of my subscribers because they all think I now think he's guilty. Now listen, I'm not saying he's not guilty. I'm saying I don't believe it at the moment, but I wanted to show, you know, I wanted to show that, imagine it was Brian, and kind of put ourselves in what law enforcement are making us want to believe. I wanted us to get in those shoes for the night, and I will do a part 2. I was a bit scared of doing a part 2 because I thought I'm just going to upset people and lose subscribers. But you know what? I have got to be myself. And so thank you to everyone who got it. And Becky, you really did alert me. You said, I think you've upset some people, but I get you. And I was like, have I upset some people? It's quite nerve-wracking having a channel, because you really do expose yourself. And I have got to give a shout out to Harsh Reality, because I am still a member of his channel, and he did like a members channel building thing, and I was one of those nightmare commenters. I'd just write like that much on everyone's channel because I had so much to say, and this, have you thought about this, and have you thought about this? And I was like, if you've got so much to say, stop flooding everyone's comments, get your own channel up. But it is a little bit scary. And I did wait until I was ready to accept the trolls. I was like, you know what? You've got to be prepared to take some flack. And I waited and waited for that. So if any of you guys out there want to start your own channel, just be Harsh said it. He said, if you haven't got a troll, you haven't made it. And that's how I look at it now. So anyway, thank you all so much for your support. I'm really enjoying myself. This is brilliant. I'm so glad I can blur my background out because there is some washing up back there that I haven't done yet. But you know what? My little boy, he's always in there making noise and playing his music. And I can't do live because he's being really noisy, or my dogs are tit-tapping around. Oh gosh. So hey guys, over to you. Send me some comments. Tell me what you want us to talk about. Hey SRB, how you doing? Oh, and I don't know how you say that. Vian, keep rolling. Oh no, I've hit the wrong thing. Bear with me. This is my first ever live. We're just gonna wing it. Actually, we're winging it together. So look at what happened to YouTuber to. Wow, I don't know who YouTuber Turtle Boy is. SRB. Hey guys, I'm going to need some mods soon because I'm going to be so big and popular. I'm going to need some mods. Let's hope we get there, hey? So, oh yeah. Now I've noticed that on this blurry background, it shows up my dogs. I've got three dogs. And when one comes along, they're all snoozing because they've had their dinner. So when they pop up, I'm not going to disturb them. When they pop up, I'll introduce them. I've got Bryn, Doris, and Boo. Boo is very old. How do you say it? RVing, keep it rolling. Arving, keep it rolling. I'm so delighted that I can show up your comments. Now, what we need is... Hey, Rach. Thank you. I would love you to mod for me. I don't think I need them at the moment because I don't even know how many people I've got in here, but I'm just delighted to be live. I was Googling green screens and how to change your background and all of that stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is so complicated. And I thought, it can't be that complicated. So I just got onto StreamYard and hit live, and here we go. So, oh, the Karen Reid case. I've only dipped into the Karen Reid case briefly. I don't know if I've got this right. Is that the one where she allegedly ran over her partner? Is that the one? I got 33 people. You see, now I don't know how. No idea how you see who's liked or not. So please like. Hey, Bunny Murphy, thank you so much. Yeah, I think she's innocent too. I have looked into it. Is it Estrella? Thank you, Bunny. I'm proud of myself too. It's taken me how long? Months. I'm like, I'm going to go live this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to go live this weekend. I'm going to go live this weekend. And I'm like, I won't go live. I'm too scared. And I thought, for God's sake, just get yourself live. So, Nelly, you the bomb. Thank you so much. Well, we've done it. I've broken through now. I have broken through. I can't tell you what it's like because life, when you're dealing with a young son, gladly, and work and trying to research for videos, then your videos won't upload. It's taking forever. And then sometimes my computer won't work and my screen recording doesn't work. It can take hours and hours. So thank you so much for being patient with me. So, okay, let's start talking true crime, shall we? Shall we do something? How do I see how many people are in here? This is what I need to learn how to do. I mean, there's all these buttons, and I'm just glad at the moment that I can get your comments up and we can chat. Thank you, Katie. Do you know what? My mum used to make me do pantomimes in the UK, and I had to go on stage, and I hated it. I'm 51, and to this day, I would have been 12 at the time. I still have nightmares that I get on stage and I haven't learnt my lines. So that's why Vix. This is my dear friend Vix. Now, Vix lives in the same part of London that I used to live. Thank you for joining us. Fantastic. Is it someone's birthday? Happy birthday. Yeah, so, you know, I'm sure that from now on, I'm going to have nightmares about coming onto StreamYard and doing a live and like I'm naked or something. Last night, I dreamt all my teeth fell out. Have you guys had that dream? Hey, Tam. Hi. Hi, Ivy. So have you guys ever had that dream where all your teeth fall out? I was talking to a friend last night in my dream, and as I was talking to her, my teeth started crumbling, and that's another recurring dream. Oh, so good to see you, Vix. Thank you for joining. So, okay, I have done the, oh my God, this is so scary bit. Let's talk Idaho 4. Yes, I swear to God, I either have nightmares where I'm on stage with no clothes on, or I'm in school with no clothes on, or my teeth are crumbling. So yeah, it's horrible. So let's talk Idaho 4. I'm going to open the floor, guys. You start. I want to see a comment and we'll talk about the Idaho 4 because I've done all my nervous, this is scary stuff. So let's talk about what we're here for. And I am interested in other cases. I am interested in the Delphi case and also the Gilgo Beach case. I also do a lot of watching. That's also time consuming. I do love Christina Randall for quick sort of 45-minute episodes, and also 48 hours. I watch every single one of their full episodes. So I learn a lot that way. Okay, the three, let's do this. Thank you, Bunny. The three unidentified DNA. So we are mainly here. It was the Moscow Idaho 4 that made me do this. I started my true crime interest, even though I was interested in all the Netflix stuff and everything. But I started my true crime YouTube life with Kylie Rodney. That's where I started. I didn't even know this existed on YouTube. I didn't know there were communities. I had no idea. In fact, it was Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. My brother, who I live with, he's very elderly. He came down and said, if you're interested in the law, go and watch the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. I thought, oh, I'm not interested in either of them as people. I thought, oh, okay, yeah, I'll give it a go. Oh my God, I was hooked. And that's how I discovered the YouTube community. And then I was following Popcorn Planet. I don't follow anymore. Too much money begging, too much. I didn't like all the begging for money, but they are entertaining. I will give them that. Anyway, Grizzly True Crime got on to Popcorn Planet to talk about Kylie Rodney. So I drifted into that, and here I am after Kylie became, I can't remember which case was next. I haven't got into Summer Wells. I know about it. But the Idaho 4 is, this one has really gripped me. So that's why I'm here. So, three unidentified DNA. So how or why didn't they test it? How can Santa, Bill Thompson, stand up in court and say they weren't in CODIS and shrug? Brian Kohberger's DNA wasn't in CODIS either. So I don't understand how this case actually can stand up in court. I don't. You know, how can you have a prosecution that says, you know what, there's three unidentified male DNAs. One is next to a victim. One, I believe, is on a glove in the yard. Was the third one on the cigarette, or was that even a separate one? how can you not test an unidentified male DNA that's next to a victim and say, well, it wasn't in CODIS? Why haven't they done the same investigation as the DNA on the knife sheath? It's truly bizarre to me, truly bizarre. I don't know. Let's think about this evidence. The evidence is the DNA on the knife sheath. Nothing else. I'm not buying anything else. I know he was driving around. He says he was driving around, but there's nothing putting Brian Kohberger in that house. The only thing they've got is the DNA on the knife sheath. I just don't know how this is going to go. I mean, do we believe that the prosecution has told the defense that's all we've got, that, you know, there's nothing else? What do you think, guys? See, I'm sorry. I like to think my feet are on the ground, but I feel this was planted. That is my gut. I just feel like, I personally think they found a car that went around. I think they had like a tip. Brian's admitted to driving around. They're like, oh, we've got a car driving around. And I think, of course his phone is going to ping if his car's driving around. But what sort of criminology PhD student is going to take his phone, for God's sake? People keep saying, oh, he's book smart, he's not street smart. I'm telling you now, you'd have to be a prize idiot to drive your car around with your cell phone. None of us would do it, would we? None of us. I think you're right, Becky. What really makes me suspicious is that, okay, it took 8 hours before Ellie was called. It was another 4 hours before the homicide detectives got there. Another 4 hours. How can that be? So what happened? We're already thinking what happened between, say, 4 in till 8 in. So what happened? 4 till, what was it, midday, 2 minutes before midday. Then they were declared dead by 2 minutes past midday. And it was another 4 hours before homicide detectives got there. And then it wasn't until 5:30 that my butt got there. How? So what on earth could have happened between 4 a.m. and 12 hours later? I don't get it. I don't get it. How can it take 4 hours? Even if those homicide detectives, who are the homicide detectives? Payne? Who was Payne and Fry? Is that who they were? Because weren't they the ones at the meat locker, apparently? At the meat cabin or whatever it was, and they couldn't get there? So who was in that house from midday till 4 o'clock? That's what I want to know. Coffin office sucks. Welcome. I know. I just did it. I just came up and did it. I thought, you know what? You can put this off for another 6 months, but you just need to get up here. You need to do it. Look, I can blur the background so I don't even have to wash up. So that's what I'm going to know. Please tell me if I'm too loud. I've got a really bad habit of shouting because I haven't got a proper microphone. So please tell me if I'm too loud. So that's what I'm going to know. I want to know what happened between 4 in roughly until midday, and then what happened between midday till 4 in that house. The other thing I want to know, and I love your thoughts on this, guys, is when were the bodies removed? That is a big thing. I've been thinking about this a lot. even if you block off roads, somebody from the press is going to spot an ambulance or a vehicle. I mean, God, they removed the mattresses and everything. You could see the blood stains under the mattress covers, and they just shoved them in the back of a pickup. And yet, nobody leaked the bodies being moved. Now, here's a theory. I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you, Sherry. It's about 3 different colours. I want to know your thoughts on this. I've got a theory on when the bodies were moved. I wonder if, trying to make it make sense. So I'm wondering if this was the delay on the day that 911 wasn't called till midday, and it was 4 hours before the homicide detectives got there. Do you think the bodies were moved way early? Well, I thought this as well. I really did think this. I really thought, have they put, but you know what? If I'm right, I will have to go back and check this. Is it Estrella or Estrella? What a beautiful name. I don't think there was snow on the ground. Oh my God, Growler, thank you so much. You're my first ever super sticker. Thank you so much. That's so kind. And guys, I think I've frozen. Have I frozen? What's going on? Oh, don't do this to me. I'm so sorry. I just froze and yeah, I'm back. Guys, thank you so much. Now I'm gonna scroll up. Growler, thank you. Yeah, I will be coming back, guys. Everything just froze. So Growler, thank you so much for your super sticker. Wow, I'm in awe of this. Listen, I really want to explain this 100%. I appreciate your donation so much. Thank you. I'm never ever going to ask you for money, ever. This is about a voice, okay? So your donations are so appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who knows? I might get like a new microphone or something. This is really kind of you, but I will offer a membership, but I didn't want to offer a membership until I know what I want to offer. I do want to offer some perks, but blimey, I hadn't even gone live. So I was like, I'm not offering a membership at least till I go live. So thank you so much. I'll never want money from you. I'll never ask you for money. I'm never going to say if you can help support my channel. My channel is here so you can talk about this stuff and have a voice together. So your support means everything. And I love you all. I'm blown away by the support I've had. And I'm sorry I don't always get to emails quickly. And I've had some great emails as well from you guys. I've got a brilliant one that I had weeks and weeks ago from a lady who did actually tell me that the shopping is better in Moscow, Idaho, and I am going to do a video on that. I've got another lady who sent me a video that I haven't finished yet, so I do get there in the end. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So yeah, I'm new to StreamYard. I've joined panels before. The last panel I did was Dago. I love Dago. I'm sure a lot of you guys, I know Vix, you go to Dago. I think Coffin Duff, I love your name so much. Coffin Duffer sucks. I think I've seen you on Dago. It's a great place to hang out, and he's such a lovely guy. Excuse me. So the last time I went on there, I had just read that Coffin Duffer thing. I can't go to, I hate calling it X. I can't go to Twitter, X, whatever it is. I get so angry. And the minute I saw that eyebrow thing, I freaked. So you've all seen my temper. And the next day I thought, oh God, I really did let rip on my community post. But I can't tell you the contempt I've got for that woman. Such contempt. And I left it up there. I thought, stand by it, Nelly. Just stand by it. So thank you all for supporting me on my Coffin Duffer Sucks thing. I can't bloody stand that woman. Can't stand it. And yeah, I did indulge in Twitter with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. And you know what? It was poisonous. I had some horrific messages from people, and I thought, I don't think so. This was a lesson. I saw Coffin Duffer's comment and I thought she belongs on Twitter. And guys, I promised you a face-to-face rant about her, but I thought I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I've ranted on my community post. I've got to and do you know what? I didn't go even on YouTube for over a day. I was like, calm. No, Coffin Duffer sucks. I did a whole mainstream media video on it. I did a whole mainstream video, mainstream media, and I struggled. I tell you what, I can't do Nancy. Like, I managed to get the mainstream, what did I call it? Mainstream manipulators video up. I managed to do that. I was angry by the time I'd finished that video. I was angry making it, and I forced myself. And I went to get a Nancy Grace clip, and I thought, I can't bring myself to stoop even that low. They're an embarrassment to their professions. They're embarrassment as women, as far as I'm concerned. I absolutely can't friggin' stand any of them. And they are, I'm gonna say it, they're dim. They're completely dim, in my opinion. They don't even make sense. Bringing up Delphi, Coffin Duffer recently said, you know, about these sticks and everything. Oh, you know what? It could be the way the sticks fell. Well, oh right, so branches quite often fall in an asterisk, don't they? And he wiped his hand on the tree. I was just like, I think, and I'm going to leave this here because I will start ranting, and I can tell I've started already. I think Jennifer Coffinduffer, and you can quote me on this because it's just my opinion. I think Jennifer Coffinduffer was a photocopying assistant at the FBI. And I think she just photocopied the papers for meetings, and she sat in the meetings and got to take notes and had to type up the minutes and distribute the paperwork. Just my thoughts. Anyway, we were on, what's that? Coffinduffer was describing a balaclava as a balaclava. Lisa, I didn't know I was going live either. Do you know what? I just went for it. I just thought I've got to do this. And look, let me show you. This is why I can go live, because I don't have to wash up. I can blur out the background. I can't tell you how many times I've thought, oh, you know, in fact, look at that at the back there. I have actually washed up, so I shouldn't even need to blur the background. But I can't tell you what it's like. You're like, you know what? I would love to go live. I'd love to chat to my guys, but oh, I haven't washed up, and you know, blah, 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 and I don't care about my hair being a mess. And I'm an old hippie now, so there we are. But I was like, oh, and now look, I can blur the background, so I'm going to go live, loads. So hopefully we might get some. If anyone wants to come up and chat, I've no idea how to get you up here, but I might work it out. Now, if I remember, I'm sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up on comments because I did go offline for a bit. I froze, but if I go offline, I will do my best to come back. So, yeah, we were talking about the male DNA. Someone else, oh my God, is Dago here? Dago! Oh, look, I missed him. Thanks, Dago. He's been and gone. And I think that was probably when I was off screen. Thanks, Dago. I appreciate it. Hi, American Princess. Don't dive. You're all amazing. Growler, thank you so much. Are you still here? Are you still here, Dago? Are you still here? I don't know if you're here. Are you? Janitorial. Are you here, Dago? You're welcome to come up. I don't know how to get you up. Oh, don't quote me on that. Sorry, I've got a terrible sense of humor. Anyway, hi. Hey, so good to see you, Dago. I have full admiration for you going live all the time. It's scary AF. I just thought, you know what? I am just going to do it. I thought my son isn't here tonight. My dogs have been fed. I promised these guys like an alien visit on location. My car's broken down twice. I've had COVID. I'm like, I need to talk to you guys because no one's going to believe me. They're all just going to be like, oh, more excuses. But no, my car last Saturday started peeing water all over the road. Got fixed Wednesday. I drove to it Friday. The exhaust fell off. It's getting fixed. It's going to the garage tomorrow, guys. It's just a nightmare. Thanks, Dago. Thank you so much. Yeah, my first ever live. So we've talked about 3 male DNAs. So what do you guys think? Do you think that these 3 unidentified male DNAs are people who partied in the house? Do you think wouldn't those 3 male DNAs, if they partied in the house, would be all over the house? That's what I'm thinking. I just think that if they were party goers and regulars at the house, wouldn't they be all over the house, not just next to a victim? Or Yeah, I think so too, Dago. I just think they have to be unidentified male DNAs, as in, now, if I'm right, there was one next to the victims. We don't know which one. There's one on a glove. Was the third one on the cigarette, or was that a separate? Or was that a separate? Was that a separate DNA where they sort of took a cigarette? I mean, I'll be honest. Anyone can flick a cigarette into a yard, can't they? I wasn't too impressed with the cigarette. But the glove, I don't believe it was the glove that Chris, what's he called? I used to follow him, but not anymore. That was in my virgin YouTube days before I knew who to trust. Yeah, I just think there's one on a glove, one next to a victim. I wasn't sure if the third one was the cigarette. Okay, so the cigarette one, they took that away sort of separately, didn't they? And I think they did ascertain who that was. Chris McDonough. You're right. I watched him for a while. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's a journey, isn't it? You start trying out these people, and you're like, okay, yeah, this is interesting, and he does engage people, but then I soon got rid. Same with Becky. So what's that, Dago? There were two near the victims. Okay. That would make sense, because I don't feel that the cigarette was in the same, bubble of DNA, if you know what I mean. I've got a feeling that was they were different. Oh, thank you. I love Harsh. Guys, you'll know who I love because I've got them in my recommended channels. There's more that I love. In fact, I need to update it, but Dago's on there, Harsh is on there. I love Truth and Transparency for the work she does. There's not a lot I don't agree with, actually. But I've got a whole list of people. I've got Tommy Jude. I don't always agree with Tommy either, but I love him to bits. But isn't it lovely that we can all just chat and respect each other's opinions? That's what's important. It's rudeness and being horrible I've got no time for. I think you're right, Dago. Thank you so much for joining me, Dago. Really, in fact, all of you, I'm just made up that you're all here. I just clicked go live. In fact, I even clicked the countdown, the do, and I was like, let's do it. I wasn't even live then. I think you only got 8 seconds of it. Oh, you got a laugh on you. Now, hey, Rach. Hey. I love Tommy. He's such a lovely guy. I do struggle. If Tommy comes up here, I'll have this discussion with him. I struggle with the reflections. I can't see. I did see. My problem with Linda Lane is I don't know how much it's been mucked about with. I just don't know. And I was really struggling with reflections. And the other thing I'm going to say is that you've got this car, and we're looking at the back right-hand side of the car. There's a car right next to it. So that means all of this is going on the pavement, how much pavement behind the car before the apartments. I don't get it. I couldn't buy the fact this was all going on a small pavement. But I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I really struggled. I did see what looked like Murphy. I saw what looked like people moving around, and I am suspicious of the truck. Hi, Michael. Welcome. Thank you. I'm UK too. Exactly, Dago. I love Tommy's passion. I tried really hard to look at the the reflections. I felt like I was cloud watching after a while. I thought, you know what, if I look hard enough, I'm going to see it. I just couldn't see it. But I love his passion, and we all love Tommy. Thank you for subscribing, Michael. James Bond, Michael. Love it. Bond. So anyone else, what else do we want to talk about with the Idaho 4? I am going to do a part 2 of my Is This Brian story, and I will make the irony more obvious. I'm sorry if I upset people, but you know, I think I ended up thinking, if people are upset with me for considering Brian might be guilty, well then I will consider he might be guilty. Now listen, I'm not out here as a free Brian advocate. I'm not out here for fighting his corner, whatever. All I'm saying is that I don't believe he's guilty. I don't, right now, with the evidence we've got, I don't believe it myself, but I am prepared to be wrong. And it's always good. KKC! Hey, buddy! Hi! So pleased to see you. I made it live. We're doing some. I have noticed, guys, that there's not a lot going on Sundays. And guess what nights I get free? Sundays. So let's do Sunday lives. Let's do it. I've been really poor with Spooky Sundays, and I'm sorry about that, but my car's broken down. I can't get to the alien location. So here I am doing a live. So yeah, I agree. I don't believe that he's guilty right now. I don't. And you know what's really interesting is that Harsh Reality, I was really nervous about the way I felt, because you know that first, I don't know how to pull up video clips yet, guys. You're going to have to bear with me. So you know when we first saw Brian get out of the van and people were shouting, you know what, Brian, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? First of all, that makes me really angry because he's not been found guilty yet. So shut the F up. And when he came back out of court, I think it was the first one, and he was in red rather than orange. And I just felt, and I'm not saying I should trust my gut, because my gut's my gut. You know, I could just be maternal and think, oh my God, what if that was my son? I'd be devastated. But when he walked back out of that courtroom, shackled up and staring straight ahead, I could have burst into tears. It was truly bizarre. And then I watched a program by Harsh, an episode by Harsh, and it was the first one Harsh Reality had shown, where he showed Brian coming out of the courtroom, and Harsh Reality just looked at the camera and said, there's something really, really sad about this. And I thought, he doesn't just mean the 4 victims here. And he said the 4 victims and this guy, I think he felt it too. And I felt so relieved, because I thought, oh my God, I'm not like a sympathizer for killers or anything. There was something that just really made me feel like they had the wrong guy. But I'm not going on my instinct. I should have plenty of times in life, but you know, it's all evidence-based in this case. But I just think they've got the wrong guy. I do. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I just feel like this guy doesn't have the confidence to pull this off, and I don't feel like he would risk everything he's working for. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I put it on a comment on someone else's channel. I don't think the girls at 1122 King Road were his type. This is pure spitballing speculation, but I think actually, and you can all shoot me down with a feather, knock me down with a feather or a gun, I think he's quite he's not unattractive. He's got some presence. He would attract. I bet you he attracted some of his younger students because he's women love intelligent guys, and not every woman, but there would have been people who were in his class that they'd look up at the intelligent PhD student who's tall, slim. Women love guys with that big nose and that intelligence and that aura. It's not all about being a Chad, oh, I go to the gym and I do this and I party hard. I don't think he was stupid enough to think he wasn't attractive to people. I think he was growing up, and I don't know, just my opinion. Oh, have I got a troll? Oh, thank you guys. I feel horrible for his family too, Becky. Oh, it's her. Right, she's in timeout. I tell you what, this girl has joined my chat. Sorry, Dago, I'm learning. I can see. Was it? No, Truth and Translucent. Listen, you put some really weird stuff on your page about me, and I've welcomed you in here, and now you're dissing Dago. I'm not having it. Dago's lovely. He's one of the best chat forums out there, and Truth and Translucent. Right, guys. I had a mention by her or him. I don't know. We don't know who these people are. And she said, I gave you a whole afternoon and tagged me on a completely random video. So I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're on about. I don't know. And then she put up a short and tagged me and said, is this more your thing? So you know what? She can go. No, she's gone. Dinky! Hey, another Brit. Hi, boy. Nice to see you. I braved it, Dinky. I just did it. I'm so glad I've done this, guys. No, they can go away. And in fact, time out. I don't know why. I thought, she said, oh, I said, what's this on your channel? Why have you mentioned me? I don't understand what you're saying. And they said, oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't me. And I said, so what? You've been hacked, and never responded. And then she put up a short that tagged me. So no, she can go. I'm my own mod at the moment, guys. Okay, so yeah, Brian, I don't know. I don't think the girls would have interested in him. Listen, when I was in college, I loved to party. I did, but I wasn't a Stacey. I wasn't one of the slim, blonde, beautiful girls. But you've got to be really affected to go and murder 4 people, haven't you? I just feel like he was more mature. It's purely spitballing. I just don't feel like he was really into that scene. I think it's a big assumption for law enforcement and all of them to assume he wanted to be. I just see him as finding someone. Now, listen, those girls are beautiful and intelligent, don't get me wrong. But I see him perhaps as more liking to go out for dinner with someone, listen to a bit of jazz, glass of red wine. I just don't feel that he would have been jealous of that scene. I don't know what you guys think. Yeah, I mean, the Asian co-worker, I wonder. Oh, that explains it. I don't watch Detective John. I saw him on someone's channel, one of the channels I don't like very much. Yeah, I don't do that. So, thank you so much. I'm still learning, guys. And I know some people get upset because I don't always do voiceovers, and sometimes I do visuals, and some people don't like to read videos, but sometimes I want to do a video and my house is so noisy, I've got no choice but to do visuals only. So thank you, Dinky. If you can't stop, no worries. It's all just chat, Dinky. We're not don't worry, you're not missing too much meaty stuff. But Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to do loads more of this. Now I know I can blur my background out. I'm happy. So that's cool. So who wants to talk? What have you got to say, guys? What else is there? If okay, I'm going to ask you a question because it's really hard. Dago will know, you know, although Dago, you do lives, you're brilliant at your lives, so you can ask all the questions, but I don't often ask the questions. I would love to know your top 3 suspects. If it's not Brian, well, no, you can include Brian actually. You can include Brian. Who are your, oh my God, how did I miss this? Wow, thank you so much. That's really kind. I'm going back and and don't dive. You guys, you're so kind. Thank you so much. I'm just flicking back through. That's so generous of you. Thank you. Yeah, who if you had to name, here we go. Let's do this. It's Sunday night. Let's have just you know what I want this live to be is like we're all kind of chatting as friends. Who would your top 3 suspects are? I'm going to start and then you can say what you think. So, my top 3 suspects. Brian isn't in there. Rosie, stroke Payne, i.e., the cops that I don't like. I think I'm highly suspicious of them, I'm afraid. Okay, that's oh gosh, that's obviously my number 1. I do not like that noise complaint video. I don't like the fact they were the cops on duty that night. I don't like the fact he photographed her ID. I don't like the fact that he walked off whistling, and he said it gave me the chills when he said, "Don't do it again." Okay, don't do it again. I was like, she didn't do anything. No one complained. And he's one of the cops on duty that night. And I'm just like, don't like him. And that other cop going, how interesting, there's no steps up to a balcony. Who has steps up to a balcony? So they are in my top 3. It's in no particular order. Oh, KKC. Oh my God, I feel really humbled. Thank you so much. This is so kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not asking anyone for any money ever, guys. I won't. But wow, that's appreciated. Thank you. So my next, the frats. I'll tell you who might not even the frats, the sororities are in my top 3. I purely spitballing, purely speculation. I think that Molly G and Liz K Venmo payment really rang every alarm bell with me. Now, I did a big deep dive into Molly G and Liz K. I looked at all their social media. I looked at the fact Kaylee was her grandma. And then at the grub truck, they don't even speak to her. And that girl who puts her arm around Kaylee while they all walk in. I also looked at the tribute page on Facebook for the was it Alpha? Is it Phi or Phi? I always said Alpha Phi, but it might be Alpha Phi. Kaylee's sorority, anyway. I did not like the fact those girls who are high up in that sorority did not make any tribute. No tribute, no comment about any of the girls. I thought that was really odd. Suspects, all right, let's say I'm suspicious of them. I'm suspicious. And I'm also, in fact, I could do 4. I'm also suspicious of the frat boys because I think there could have been a fight in Sigma that night. I don't like the runners at the back of the police cam. I think that's highly suspicious. And I think it could be cartel. AR Hayes, I really like his video, The Convict's Thoughts. He gives a good insight into things. So I'm with cops, frats, sororities, cartel. Those are my, and then Brian, maybe. So yes, Becky, you're right. Those cops, they lied as well about knocking on the door. They just went up to the slider. Yeah, we tried the door. No, you didn't. That whole thing was really bizarre to me. So maybe DM and BF was held at gunpoint. Yeah, I've thought about gunpoint too, Mrs. Johnny Knapp. They could have been held at gunpoint, definitely. No, Frying Pane were not working that night, but Rosie was, Rosenthal, and he was the one who did the noise complaint. And I didn't like his behaviour at all. Sorry, guys, I vape. So this is something else I want to talk about. It was something, I think it was A.R. Hayes said. Thank you. This is it, Degas, is what I'm going to say now. Okay, so I think it was A.R. Hayes who said that it was like entrance and exit. He talked about entrance and exit, okay? And he said, because obviously he's an ex-convict, that he would have gone in through the front door, which I thought was really interesting. Now, he also said he would clear whatever floor he was on first, so that he could come back down the stairs and feel safe. So he would have gone, if he did front door, he had to go past Bethany. And if he did slider, he had to go past Dylan. So how is that a coincidence that the rooms by each door had the survivors in? You know, I find that really bizarre. So if he came in the slider, or whoever it was came in the slider, they had to walk past Dylan. If they came through the front door, they had to go past Bethany. So why didn't they clear those floors, those areas before moving on in? Ignored both. I'm having a problem with that. I'm really having a problem with that. Vix, that's really kind. Thank you so much. And yeah, I had a subscriber who unsubbed because I said, well, Steve, he has said it's kind of Hollywood to think this is drugs and there's no connection. But all I was trying to say was there is already a connection, because Maddie's stepmother and dad and Xana's mother are linked to drugs. There's already a drug connection. It's not Hollywood. It's real life. It was just stating fact. I didn't say that I think the girls were drug addicts or anything like that. But my point is there's already drugs linked to the house. Hey, just me. Oh, thank you. So good to see you all. I'm completely made up that you've all joined me. I just kind of went for it, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying myself. So thank you so much. Bye, Dago. Oh, thank you, Dago, so much for joining me. I'm still getting used to all the comments and everything. So next time come up on panel. When I get into panels, come up. It'd be great. Thank you. Right, so what's this? There is and has been more women found dead in Idaho before. I see. Now that's interesting, because the other thing I'm going to do a video on, guys, is the crimes that were going on around the area at the time. Now, when I did that video, it was like, where are the cops at 4 a.m? Where do they go? So thanks, Dago. I started looking into the crimes that were happening. So I looked at September, October, before and up until November the 13th, 2022. And some of the crimes I saw were really bizarre. And I thought, I hope they investigated this, because one of the crimes was a lady reported that someone had tried to open her front door at 1 a.m. or something. She could hear a handle turning. There was another crime, no report taken by the cops. Another one was that somebody was walking on the roof. They saw someone climbing the roofs. And another one was something as sinister. And I thought, well, are these coincidence? Is this normal behavior for Moscow? And also we've got that, was it 1112, where the girl reported that someone had been in her car and there were like panties, like in moved from her suitcase onto her gear stick or something, but that was only next door. And how can they not link poor little Buddy to this crime? How can they just say no, it's not linked? Little Buddy, the dog, how can they just say no, we don't believe that this has got anything to do with it? How do they write? Well, when they haven't got the person who harmed Buddy, how can they write it off? I don't get it. Oh no, it's not linked. It's like how they wrote everyone off, they cleared everyone. Really bizarre. So, yeah, exactly. Backsliding door made a lot of noise when you open and close. Really squeaky. You're right. I'm just looking at some of your comments, see what you guys. I think you're right. I think there's some. I'm going to deep dive into the crimes that went on around. I know Lana from Truth and Transparency is absolutely brilliant at that. But I'm going to do my own research and see what other sort of 911 calls there were. You know, trying someone's door at 1 o'clock in the morning. What does everyone think about, you know, those, was it ring cams, you know, people with masks and people thought it was Quinn Kelly and all of that. Was that ever like confirmed or anything? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Okay, what's that? Believe what you want, no worries. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I did like A.R. Hayes brought his last video was excellent because he's got first-hand knowledge of cartels, and it's not far-fetched, in my opinion, that this could be drug-related. Yeah, that's right, Bunny. The black mask on Ring camera. You know, I don't know when that Ring camera was or what was going on. Oh, I know you are. Thank you so much. You all mean the world to me. Thank you. Yeah, do I know if the parents actually identified the bodies? I remember them saying what my butt said, and one time Kelly's mum said she was on. So not sure. I don't know. I find it really odd that we didn't see the bodies leaving the building. I know they could have closed off roads, but I don't know if you guys followed the British case with oh, this is so embarrassing. Nikki Bully. I've forgotten her name. Nicola Bully, wasn't it? Nikki Bully. Now, okay, UK, USA, completely different. But I remember this guy videoing them bringing the body out of the river, and it was horrible. It was really horrible, and I can't believe he managed to get that close. So I thought about 112 to King Road, and I thought, well, this is really weird that nothing has been leaked. Nothing about an ambulance leaving the property or anything. You know, there's nothing. So does it mean they shut down all the roads? You know, all of them. Nobody was allowed anywhere near. And why? Why would they be so against somebody filming an ambulance driving down the road? You know, I don't understand. It's so secretive. Somebody said, it might have been Becky, somebody said, is that when they put the tunnel up? But I did do bit of digging in that, and I felt like the snow had gone by the time they put that sort of tunnel up from the truck to the front door, but I might be wrong. I just, yeah, it's really odd that I put it this way, I wonder if this huge chunk of time missing from not say from when the police arrived, from 12 to 4, let's put it that way, the chunk of time between 12 to 4, whether that was the window where the bodies got moved. I don't know. I wonder, lots of people believe in these tunnels. I'm a little bit skeptical. Thank you to whoever emailed me about a scenario with that. But they did say that they thought an entrance to the tunnel was on the 3rd floor. How can the entrance to the tunnel be on a floor that's not attached to the ground? I don't understand that. But I don't think, yes, you're quite. I put it actually, Mrs. Johnny Knapp, I put it in my video, Is This Brian's Story? I played that because it's really noisy, isn't it? It really is. Oh, thank you so much, Jackie. So happy to have you here. Yeah, I don't know. I just think so. We've got 4 to 4:20ish a.m. The murders happened. Midday, police arrive after being called at 11:58. Weren't they pronounced dead at 12:02? All of 2 minutes. And then it was 4 o'clock before the homicide detectives got there, and 5:30 when the coroner got there. What was going on until the homicide detectives got there at 4? This is why I don't know how this is going to stand up in court. I don't know how it's going to work, because there's 4 hours unaccounted for from when. Do we know who arrived first? Do we know who arrived? Can anyone tell me that? Who arrived first on the scene? I seem to have forgotten that. Hi, CH. Welcome. Well, exactly what I'm thinking. I don't. Oh, you know what? Just. Sorry, it can go away. I've banned my first person. I only banned her because she put some weird stuff up on her channel about me. I don't know what she's doing here. She can go away. Anyway, I don't know about these tunnels. I'm not buying it. Sorry, it's just one of those things. I might be completely wrong. I'm not getting it. Hey, Lady Speedwell, welcome. Pleased to see you. I want to know who was dog sitting before that. Yeah. You see, that's another one. Murphy. God, it's really hard to structure these lives because I just want to talk about everything. Yeah, Murphy. I personally think I don't think a perpetrator would have put Murphy. I don't think he'd have taken the time to put him in another room. I just don't. I really don't. Thank you. I'm winging it. Let me tell you now, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying being here, and I'm so glad you've all. Hi, Willow. I'm so glad you're all here. I love you all. Thank you. Murphy. Now, A.R. Hayes, that's something I did disagree with. I love him to bits. I love his videos. What an insight. But you cannot guarantee your dog is going to bark. Now, my dogs, I tell you now, my Labrador would bark, okay? Now, Murphy, I think, was a Labradoodle. So he's part Labrador Doodle. Now, my other dogs wouldn't. Now, I'm Cairn Terrier, you know Toto, Wizard of Oz. I'm a Cairn Terrier person. If he wakes up, I will show you my little Bryn. He wouldn't bark, he'd hide. He's an absolute wuss when it comes to intruders or anything like that. My Labrador, her hackles would go up and she'd snarl and growl. Bryn would sniff at the door. That's what he would do. He wouldn't bark, he wouldn't growl, but he would alert me. But he's a bit of a coward. My elderly dog's deaf and blind, so if there's any movement with Boo, she'll bark because she doesn't know what the hell it is. So my first, hi Claire, my first Ken Terrier, I broke into my apartment because I'd locked myself out. I got a carpenter around. He was hiding under the bed. So not every dog barks. So I don't know. I think the Gonsalves said Murphy wasn't a barker. Yeah, exactly. You see, every dog is different, and they're not all brave. They do alert, but not all of my dogs. In fact, I spend a chunk of time on my own, and I spend some time in my conservatory, which is my lounge at the moment because my lounge needs renovating, and I haven't got a curtain on my back door, which is horrible at night. So if I'm watching like a thriller on Netflix or something, Doris, my Labrador, 9 times out of 10 will suddenly get up and start, her hackles will go up, she'll start snarling at the back door. I'm like, stop it. I'm thinking, oh my God, please don't let there be anyone there. I'm like, for God's sake, watch a comedy or something. So she would alert without a doubt, but she does alert at her own reflection. But Bryn and Boo, they wouldn't bother. They'd hide. So yeah, I don't know. You're right, Jackie. Was he not there even? It's not against, a lot of people go out and leave the dogs at home. Yes, SRB. I am actually more scared of cats than dogs. I really am. I genuinely am. They're too fast. Yeah, I don't know about this Linda Lane stuff, Debbie. I'm open-minded. I am. I just don't think. Okay, let's talk about Linda Lane. How could they have done all that, Linda Lane, and moved the bodies back to 1122 without being seen? I don't get that. I don't understand. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm far from being a pro, but you know what? I'm gonna work towards being a pro. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna just check up Jackie. I didn't think of that. Weird how Hunter Johnson was always there, wasn't he? He was always around. Hey Lee, is it Lee or Leah? I think it's Lee. Oh, so good to see you. Oh, thank you so much. Hi Claire. I'm sorry, I'm going to try. Please bear with me if I don't catch your comments tonight. I am this is my learner episode, so please bear with me. I will try and catch up with you guys. I really will. Yeah, I don't know about this Linda Lane's. I've had emails about it, and people are convinced that this all happened at Linda Lane. And I'm not saying it didn't happen, but how did they get away with it? And if those reflections were happening in the back of the car, like I said earlier, so you've got, what we know, we've seen the apartment block and the car parks. You've got the apartments and you've got pavement, and then you've got the cars. It's not a big space. If those reflections were real in the back of that vehicle, on the Linda Lane footage, it means that the murders happened on a pavement kind of that wide, right outside the apartment block. I can't buy it. I think I'm very wary of saying this because I love Tommy, but I really struggled with it. I couldn't get the logic. I'm thinking, well, if that is reflection going on, then they're just doing all this stuff on a footpath. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but yeah, you know what? I'm really open to this. I'm really open to the fact that a big fight could have been a fight in Sigma Chi. Zana and Ethan went home. You know, my biggest bugbear, somebody laughed at me and said, what's a bugbear? I'm like, well, if you're in the UK, you know what a bugbear is. My biggest pain in the butt with this is the fact that Bethany's story changed. It changed. Now, right, let's look at law enforcement. You've got two witnesses, surviving witnesses. And he says, oh, was it Fry? You said, don't think I said they were witnesses. Well, they're survivors in a murder house, so they are your best witnesses, whether they heard a creak on the stairs or saw something. How do you not sit Dylan and Bethany down immediately and get their story straight? How does that not happen? Because it was, I'm going to find out the time frame. It was days and days, if not a couple of weeks, where they absolutely asked the public for information on Zana and Ethan's timeline. They were flat out asking the public for help. We had the press reporting on it, Brian Ent and the lot. You know, do any more news on where Zana and Ethan were? Do we know where they were? They're missing from 9 o'clock. Only when the PCA came out did Bethany say she saw them at Sigma Chi until 1:45. You know, I'm like, hang on, how did they get that wrong? Either they got it wrong, so that tells me they did not interview those witnesses properly, or the narrative changed. How can that convince anyone? The PCA, that's the first thing I noticed in the PCA was like, hang on. Bethany says she saw them at Sigma Chi until 1:45 and knew that they got home by 2. So not only did she see them at Sigma Chi, she knew they got home by 2. So was she walking with them or did she follow them? I find that really bizarre. It's like, why didn't she say, well, I walked home with them? Maybe she did, but she knew they were at Sigma Chi till 1:45 and knew they were home by 2. So was Bethany following them or was she with them? But why didn't that come out straight away? I can't get my head around it. I cannot get my head around the fact that law enforcement were appealing for information on Zana and Ethan's whereabouts when, oh, Bethany knew where they were the whole time. And then we've got Zana's dad saying, well, they were home eating pizza. I spoke to them. So how is this going to stand up in the law in court? Because already we don't know who the hell to believe. Exactly, KKC. Hi, Brooke Scarlett. Welcome. Thank you. I thought I'd brave it. I thought I'd just get up here and do it. Yeah, Becky, exactly. I just feel that we've got this PCA and suddenly everything's different in it. And I can't quite, yes, way too much reasonable doubt. How do you stand up in court and say, well, yeah, well, we didn't quite, interview Dylan and Bethany properly. We got muddled up. We did think Dylan and Bethany were home by 1 initially. They were out. That's the other thing. They were out separate in the community. That's what they said. Dylan and Bethany were out separate in the community and home by 1. PCA. Actually, that's bullshit because Bethany was home by 1:45, 2 o'clock with Zana and Ethan. Oh yeah, she'd seen them at Sigma Chi till 1:45. How did they excuse that? Well, this is it, Lady Speedwell. Why would he lie? The only thing I can think is maybe he got his night wrong, but you wouldn't, would you? You'd know, he's found out, what, a day later. He would know exactly when he spoke to Zana. So why? Are all these stories not matching? Can you guys hear me okay, or am I too loud? Please never be afraid. I went on to, I think it was Day Goes Live. I shouted my head off because it was like, I'm in the UK. Can you hear me? I could see in chat people going, why is Nelly shouting? I was like, I'm really sorry. So please tell me if I'm too loud or too quiet. Yeah, this Pumpkin Dawn. I mean, there's so much we don't know, isn't there? What do you guys think is exculpatory? Now, listen, please come up with some comments. I'm going to. I don't know how to do this. I'm just going to stop my cam for a sec. I'm going to have a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, what do we think the exculpatory evidence is? No, same as me, SRB. I can't. Unless I've been racking my brains. I can't either. Like, what could it be? It's like, oh, what could it be? What could it be? Timeline is the only thing I can come up with. Possibly it's timeline. That, okay, let's look at what we don't know. We don't know where Dylan was at all, do we? What if Bethany said, well, you know, yeah, everyone was kind of in their rooms but two, but you know what, Dylan came home at 4. That's complete spitballing, but we've got 2 mysteries in the PCA. One is we don't know where Dylan was, and Bethany's timeline changed. Becky, we're in tune. We're in tune, girl. Yes. Yeah, what could it be? And also, do you remember Steve Gonzalez saying that they think they found a connection with BK and Kaylee, but he wasn't ready to talk about it? I thought that was fascinating. I don't either, Lisa. I'm with you. Lisa, no. This case for me is right. There was another PCA that didn't make sense to me, and I won't go into it. We'll do it if anyone's interested in doing a Delphi live. I am very fascinated with that case because I thought the PCA was a POS, frankly. Absolute POS. I could not believe my eyes that these 3 witnesses were supposed to have seen the same person and they all described him differently. How does that work? And they look at a smart car and a purple SUV and think it looks like a Ford Focus. All they've got on Richard Allen is a bullet. And that chain of custody, I think that's what they call it, is flawed as hell. And this is the other PCA, the Idaho Fall PCA, where I'm like, what? Yeah, I think so. This is where I'm a timeline difference or a witness statement. You know, there could be. I'm starting to wonder. I don't know what you guys think. I'm starting to wonder if the survivors, fled. I don't know what you think of that. I've often wondered if Dylan and Bethany got the hell out of there. I don't know what you think of that. And then a car brought them back the next morning, maybe. So, Mrs. Johnny Knapp, do you mean Sigma Mackay that she left at 9? My issue with this, okay, I've often thought, and I've seen people say, did Bethany know Brian? Does she know he's innocent? Why wouldn't she stick up for him? Why would she let him be in jail? That's my only issue there. I don't understand. Yeah, you see, now listen. Okay, so imagine you're Bethany, right? You're on the ground floor or the first floor, as you guys call it. And you can hear all of this going on, and you're thinking, "Oh my God, there's something." Wouldn't you flee? And if you were Dylan, Dylan's right next to the slider, and Bethany's right near the front door, and you can hear all this shit going on. I would peg it out of there, wouldn't you? I'd get the hell out. Let alone call 911. I would get the hell out of there. So I don't know. Were they scared there was someone, or was there someone standing guard outside? I'm just wondering. Oh, hi, hello. Nice to see you here. Who knows? I don't believe, this is my opinion, I don't believe that Dylan's description of the perpetrator is correct. Because if you see Brian, you listen, I'm between 5'7" and 5'8". Dylan is tall. I would know damn well if someone was a good few inches taller than me. And I wouldn't say, oh well, yeah, 5'10", unless you can remember properly, there is that. But I would be like, oh, he was tall, he was like 6 foot. And that's the other thing I noticed in the Richard Allen PCA. It was like, one of the witnesses said that the person they saw on the bridge was around 5'10", dressed in black. And here we are with the Idaho 4 PCA was like, he's around 5'10" or taller, dressed in black. I thought, is this just like a generic description? If in doubt, put 5'10", dressed in black in the PCA. I know. Honestly, Lisa, I was like that. Can you hear me? I'm across the pond, because you guys in the US, I live in West Wales, UK, and you are just across what we've got the water. The next stop is Ireland, USA. So I'm like, can you hear me? I was like that on day goes. I was so embarrassed the next day. But anyway, so hey, batshit crazy, thank you so much. Yeah, I agree with you, Lady Speedwell. 5'10", dressed in black, bushy eyebrows. Do you know what? I looked at that in the PCA, and it's like, the police actually say once they saw Brian's photo ID, his driver's license, they were like, and then we saw the bushy eyebrows. It's like, then we knew. It's like, are you kidding me? How is that ID going to stand up in court? I was like, around 5'10", maybe taller, dressed in black, bushy eyebrows. Like, it's the weakest identification I have ever seen in my life. And this is a death penalty case. Yeah, clad in black. You're quite right. Not dressed, clad. Notice who else was clad in black that night? Rosenthal. Is it Rosendahl or Rosenthal? I think it's Rosendahl. Rosendahl. Rosie was clad in black. The thing is, I do think that those cops are sus. I shouldn't, but I do. I think the cops are sus. And I also, if I were the defense, this is what I would want from the prosecution. Now, I'm no lawyer, but I would say, you know what? I want to know who those people were running in the background on the Banfield. Have you found that out? And I need to know their names. I want to know the 3 unidentified male DNAs, please. I want you to come up with that. And I want to know who else's phones were pinging in that area and if their DNAs were in that house. I'd want to know all of that. So, yeah, that dumpster one. Hey, Sherlock, welcome. Saw on. Yeah, that was weird, walking to the dumpster. Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the knife. I haven't seen that coming up. Oh, did they? I didn't know that either. Okay, well, that's interesting. I wonder how I know how to. I don't even know how I can see how many people are in here. I don't know how anyone. Does anyone want to come up and chat? I don't know how to do it. We could give it a go if anyone would like to. Mute settings. I can't present. I know there must be a way to bring up videos, but I'm quite happy chatting for tonight. Oh, that's really interesting. I tell you what, I can't catch up. I can't keep up with everyone's amazing videos. There's so many great creators out there. Excuse me. I try and what's 86 mean, Becky? What's that? What does that mean? 86, at least 80. Oh, 86 watching. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. How do I find out? I wonder. I don't want to press anything because I might leave. Oh, thanks, Becky. That's brilliant. No, I'm chuffed. I just jumped on and I thought I'd see how it would go. Thank you, ladies. I tell you what, it's quite nerve-wracking just going up on a panel, to be honest. I found that scary. Oh, do you know whose panel I went up on for the first time? This is quite a funny story. Gray Hughes investigates. I don't know if you guys are fans of his, but I used to think this is all the YouTube journey. I used to think Gray Hughes. Thanks, Lee. You are so appreciated. I used to think he was. Well, I didn't quite know how to take him. And so I used to think, you know what, he's just got a weird sense of humor, and I used to follow him, and he's good with maps, and he's very good with a map, is our Gray. And so one night I thought, I'm going to try, I've got something to say. It was the Nicola Bulley case. And so I've got something to say about this. I'm UK, I'm Nicola Bulley. I'm gonna phone Gray Hughes. Now, I don't think he had like phone lines. He didn't have StreamYard. To this day, I have not looked at my phone bill, but I phoned Gray Hughes from the UK. I don't know how long I was on that phone with him talking about Nicola Bulley. And then a few sort of episodes, like lives went by, and I consistently watched him being rude and horrible to people, and I kept thinking, oh, it's probably a sense of humour. It's just his sense of humour. Anyway, I went up again. I think it was about this case. I was like, how did they say, hey, Joanne, pleased to see you. Welcome. Nice to see you, girl. So I think I said to him, you know, how are you proving it's Brian's car? And how do they say in the PCA that his phone pinged on the 14th, but they don't think his phone was actually there? And he did say, oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. And nearly passed out that Gray Hughes actually said I had a good point. Anyway, I then went on to that video and looked at the comments, and someone said, because I made the point. I said, listen, I said, I'm not a lawyer. I said, but I'm not stupid. I am fairly intelligent, you know, like a lot of us are. That's all I meant. And someone put in the comments like, well, actually, I don't think you're intelligent. I'm sorry, but I don't think you're intelligent. And Gray Hughes went, why apologize? So his next live, I got on and I said something like, you're so bloody rude, Gray. And he was like, oh, what is this? What is this? Oh my God. And shut it down. I shut down his live by saying you're so rude. He couldn't handle it at all. I thought, I paid to phone your channel and contribute to your live, and you're dissing me in your comments, saying to someone, why apologize for calling her stupid? I thought, do you know what? F you. And I've never gone back. And did you notice he was on Court TV recently? And I did comment. I said, I was quite enjoying this till you got Ellie Bootlicker Grey Hughes on your channel. And yes, they had this thing up recently, and it's like, oh, and they brought in Coffin Duffer. Bye. Woo. So I don't know. Great. I think, yeah, I've left all that. I think you learn who your YouTube community is. You live and learn the hard way. I took a bashing on Grey Hughes' channel and a big phone bill, I think. But you've got to laugh. You have got to laugh. Yeah, exactly. He's just so, I think he's got issues, dare I say it. He is so damn rude. So damn rude. And I thought I could handle it. I actually couldn't handle it. I was like, oh my God, I can't handle this abuse. Oh, beep. Not allowed to say that. Can't say. Is Dago in here? Is he? I could see Dago. Someone mentioned Dago. I think he's gone again, maybe. I love this name. Look at that. Batshit crazy. I love it. So, guys, I would love to know. Yes, I think that's what it is. Stay away from Sergeant Friday. Sarge has dropped by. Is he another Grey Hughes? He is quite direct. I quite like Sarge though. So far. Yeah. I don't think I'd want to fall out with Sarge, maybe, but he's more than welcome. I'd happily have Sarge up for a chat. But he did tell me off for doing the what was it? The mainstream media one. He thought I was giving them kudos by even mentioning them. And I do get his point, but I'm like, no, it's obvious I want to speak out. I really want to speak out against those people. Yeah. Hi, Brooke. I'm sorry if I've already said hello to people. I'm in awe of this. Yeah, I like Sarge. I do. There's a group on Dago's channel that I've met. You know, I met Tommy. I love Tommy and Sarge and Jules of all trades. I love Jules. I don't get to chat. I've never been on a panel with Jules. Yeah, I think Sarge is good, but I can imagine. Hey, listen, he's not rude. That's all that matters to me. I don't care about people having different opinions. He's not abusive and he's not rude, and that is fine by me. So what's this? Yeah, do you think it's her phone? I just yeah, we were talking, weren't we? Sorry, I will find live. I will streamline my lives. I will get better at this. We might stay on track, but it's kind of like a, what's the word? Chill out chat tonight. Oh, Lee, thank you. I'm so old. I'm supposed to have blonde in my hair. I do it myself. I've got dreadlocks now as well. It's terrible, but it's all gone grey, and well, I just can't be arsed. But thank you so much. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I love Sarge. Yeah, you know, I'm all for people's opinions and all for people's passions. As long as people are nice about it. I'm terrible. If somebody is rude to me, I flare up really quickly, and I am trying to learn on YouTube to just go, thank you for your opinion, that's fine. Or there's no need to be rude, but thank you. Whereas my instinct is like, how dare you be so rude to me? So thank you. Hey, CH, nice to see you. No, will say that I don't react well. I'm knee jerk. So if someone's really rude, I'm like, I flare up. So this is really good for me. This is really good for me. Oh, am I talking? Well, you know what? I'm talking about other creators. What, like Gray? Maybe it's fine. Yeah, I shouldn't really, but it was just a funny story that we fell out. That was all. Any road up, guys. What would you like to talk about? Because I'll probably log off soon. Oh, get a clue. I keep meaning to check out this channel. Hello. Hi. Oh, sorry, I lost you there. Um, yeah, I'm very much me, I'm afraid, and I probably shouldn't talk about. Oh, I've gone again. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Yeah, I think my connection is going. Yes, I think I've got a delay. Who's Frank, Vix? Who's Frank? I've no idea who Frank is. Yeah, you're right, Kerry. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I am me, and I'm one of those people who speak my mind and then worry about it. That's exactly who I am. So there we are. I'm back. Who's Frank? I'm very curious as to who Frank is. Thank you, Lisa. I'm enjoying it. You know what? It's really nice just chilling out with you guys. Thank you, Lisa. Your support means a lot. I see you a lot in the comments. Thank you, all of you. Oh, get a clue is great, but don't annoy him. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, he interviewed Inan Han. What do you guys think of Inan? That's a really good topic, I think. I I saw him on Truth and Transparency. I like him. I don't listen. I can't always be a great judge of character, but I think he's really funny. I think he's just a bit of a doobie head, if that's the best way of. Frank is my cat. Ah, um. Oh, thank you, batshit crazy. Thank you. I love your picture and your name. I love your name and picture. I love it. Um. Yeah. Do you think so, Lee? I don't know. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Lee, Enan has to know about Linda Lane. I don't see. I don't even know about Linda Lane. I'm not. I'm not sure. I don't know. Do you know? I'm on the fence with Inan Harsh. I just don't know. I just don't know. I think. I just think he's kind of. I know so many people like Inan Harsh, and they're just kind of. Um, bit dopey, funny, a bit naughty. I know so many people like him that I find it hard to um, find him suspicious. Do you know what I mean? Guy, what does that mean, Miss? Hey, Missy Q, welcome. What does that mean? Please put up your CC option. I don't know what it means. I'm so sorry. What is that? Please, this is my first live, guys, so please bear with me. I'm really sorry if I'm not doing it properly. Yeah, that's what I think, Becky. He's goofy. But hey, listen, we could be wrong. He could be a murdering SOB. We don't know, do we? We don't know. I would never pet his cat. Closed captioning, right. Okay, what? Okay, hang on. Please put up your CC option. Bear with me. I don't know how to do that. Oh my god. Right. Okay. Does anyone know how I do that? Do you know, Missy Q, how I do up my CC option? CC like closed caption. I can't. I wonder where I get that. Oh, is it not in live? Um, is that like subtitles? I don't know. I can't. Right. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Crop layout. That was that. Edit layout. Nope. Settings. I reckon. Hang on. FaceTime hider. Oh my God. There's touch up my appearance. Shall we try it? Look, I think I've gone a bit soft focus. Touch up my appearance. Right, guys, general. I can't see anything, guys, for closed captions, but I have just touched up my appearance. Is it? Oh, look, I think I've gone a bit. I have, haven't I? I've gone a bit like wrinkle free. Love it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I did try. Thank you so much, Skylar. Look at me. I'm all like, I'm 40 something now, not 51. Well, you know what? Chat is CC. Yeah, good point. Good point. Guys, bear with me. I will find all the options. My fuzzy hair keeps coming out. I will find all the options. I will get better at this. I just thought I've promised you guys a live for so long and I haven't. And I also thought I really want to do this alien on location, but my exhaust has fallen off the car, so I can't again. So I can't even get to work tomorrow. So hey, I might do another live tomorrow because I can't do anything else. I can't get to work. So come on, somebody say something. Somebody say something about Ida 4. If someone wants to come up, we could find a way to get you up together if you're brave enough. But I like this. In fact, there was a. This could be really funny. There is a like. Look, touch up my appearance. Let's just look. Ooh, that's weird. I can do strong or moderate. I'm going to do moderate. Now oh, look at that. Now I know how Nancy Grace does it. Soft focus, Nancy Grace. Oh, Dartmoor, Kerry Louise. I used to live in Plymouth. I went to Plymouth Poly for a little while. I did drop out, actually. I did drop out, but I used to go horse riding up on Dartmoor. It's absolutely beautiful. That's a good question, Brooke. They are in my top list of suspects, I'm afraid. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a big row that night with Zana and Ethan. You know, we all think it's Maddie or Kaylee as the targets. How do we know that it's not Ethan? And you know what? Everyone says, oh, but Ethan wasn't supposed to be there. I bet you Ethan spent so much time in that house. I really, really think that Ethan is as likely a target as the others. We don't know. We're just assuming that it's one of the girls. What if he had a real hater in Sigma Chi? Yeah, I think drugs, possibly Lady Speed Mel, and I tell you, some of the women here in my local town, all ages, their lips are like, it's like there's a shelf, and I don't get it. It's like having your hair done. Yeah, Ethan does get forgotten, and I don't think we can discard the fact that he might have had a hater. You know, we all think that perhaps Maddie and Kaylee were the targets, and Zana and Ethan got in the way. What if it's the other way around? What if Zana and Ethan were the targets and Kaylee started coming down the stairs, or Maddie started coming down the stairs? I know they were found in their beds, so it's probably unlikely, but what if Maddie was murdered, Kaylee started coming down the stairs, Ethan and Zana were targets, or Zana and Ethan were first? I mean, A.R. Hayes brings up a really good point. that he would clear a floor. So what if the pert went in, took out Zana and Ethan, then went up the stairs? But I cannot get my head around the fact that you've got Bethany, Dylan, like that. So, God, everything's opposite. So that's Dylan upstairs, Bethany downstairs, door, door. Everything in between got taken out. Both exits survived. No, how can it be a coincidence that the two survivors allegedly were by both exits and entrances? Hey, Dozzy, come say hi. Come here. This is my Doris. Do you want to meet Doris, guys? Come here, Doris. Come on, if you woke her up. Come on then. Come see us. Come on, come here. Come on, come see. Oh, I'm Bryn. Oh, here's my Doris. Oh, this is Dozzy, or Doris. It's my Labrador. Okay. Oh, I know. Oh, Bryn's getting cross now. Right, Bryn, come and meet everyone. All right, it's enough. Lamps can go. Come in. I know, Doris. That's very exciting. Bryn. Oh, shoot. No, she won't let Bryn come up now. Okay. Doris. Oh, she's a big old softie. Come on then, Bryn. And this is Bryn. Hey, Bryn, look. Yeah, I don't need kisses, do I? Go say hi. Come here. This little boy he's my third Cairn Terrier. This is Bryn. They've all woken up now. This is Brynny. Hey, Bryn. I know Bryn, I think, is also a girl's name, but Bryn is a boy. Aren't you? I'm gonna say hello. Oh. Yeah, he has had a bit of a home haircut. Normally he has a trim. But I did it, didn't I? And then I've got little Boo. She's very elderly and sleeping. Bryn is actually quite small, but Doris is huge. She's knocked me over a few times. Doris! Doris! Hey, there she Oh my God. Doris is 6. Dozzy Doyles. She's my Dozzy, aren't you? Yeah, she's a good girl. There we are. You had enough now? You had enough of being on camera? Now, this is the dog that would bark. Every hackle on her would go up and she would snarl her head off. She's my protector. Bryn would hide. Little Bryn would hide. Oh, do you have 2 labs? She's my first ever lab. I love her to bits. We actually bought her. I've split up with my husband now, but we're still good friends. But we brought Doris for our son because he's an only child, and she's absolutely brilliant with him. And I did have a different Ken at the time, and it was absolutely awful. He choked on a bone and he died, and I've never been so distraught in my life. And here is this little Brynny. Come here. Bryn sits next to me on the chair all the time, don't you, boy? No. Here, Bryn. These are the dogs you can hear tip-tapping around in my videos. And I haven't got that function on my phone. Can you hear them? I haven't got that function on my phone where you can get rid of the background noise. You have 100 cats, not literally, surely. You have 100? Seriously, I love all animals, Becky, too. Now this, you're so right. And you know, this little fella here, Bryn, he is actually called after a hill because when I lost my last Cairn Terrier, he's buried in the garden, and in the background is a Preseli Hill. It's one of our local mountains. It's the highest Preseli in Pembrokeshire, where I live. And in honour of Yolo, my last Cairn, who died suddenly, he's called Bryn for that very reason, because it's in honour of the hill. We can see where Yolo lays. So it is Bryn the Hill. Bryn the Hill. And Doris actually is a Greek goddess name. It is a Greek goddess name. my ex-husband he loves all the Greek and Roman goddesses, and he said, we're gonna have to call her after a goddess. And I thought, Christ, what's that gonna be? So anyway, I started looking through all the names, and there is a Greek goddess called Doris, and Doris was the daughter of Nereus or something like that. And she was the goddess of the river mouth and its fish. And Labradors were bred to retrieve fish from the river mouth. And that is why there is Doris and Bryn. You've got Bryn the Hill and Doris, and little Boo, who I rescued Boo, and she was so terrified that I thought it'd be really funny to call her Boo, because like, Boo made her jump. So anyway, there we go. Those are my dogs. It's weird having quiet nights. Not you'll meet my son as well, probably. I probably will try to do lives when he's not here, because he is a mitherer, as you can imagine. He's 8 next week. So yeah. So there we are. Yes, that's it, Becky. I did apologize in one of my videos because I can't stop. It's like tick, 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 tick. I've got laminate floor, and it's like tick, 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 tick. Which brings me on to the floors in 1122. I'm telling you now that I've lived in houses with wooden floors. They creak like crazy. Creak like crazy. Creak like crazy. Exactly, Vix, Aphrodite. That's what I was thinking. Aphrodite, or I didn't want to be complete. I said Doris is a good, and also she's blonde, and I thought, oh, we've got a Doris day here. We've got a big lab. Yeah. So, guys, I will do another live soon. I've broken. What's the word? I've broken the mold. Is that not? No, that means like I've broken the mold of all lives. No, I've gone through the pain barrier. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, well, labs do love the water, but I tell you what, my lab, Dozzy, we call her Dozzy, you know what it's like with dogs. She is terrified of bangs, and they're supposed to be gun dogs. We can't have Christmas crackers. She just absolutely, for a good hour or two, freaks the hell out. Broken the ice, thank you. I went completely blank. Broken the ice. Yes, I've broken the ice. So I'm brave now. I can do this. So let's see what. I love this name, Batshit Crazy. What if someone had it out for Maddie and someone had it out for Ethan, and one of the analysts? You know what I was thinking along this line? You know this Adam stuff? I told Adam everything. Now, I think it's good for us to look right back to how we felt at the time. And do you know what my initial thought was that stayed with me for quite a while? Was that Maddie told Adam everything, and it was about a girl. That is how I felt initially. I don't know what you guys think of that. I wondered if Adam had a girlfriend who was cheating. Something along those lines. I told Adam everything. I told Adam everything. And I thought, yeah, I've told him what she's doing behind his back. That's how I thought. You know what? We're all assuming it's a guy who did this. I did some research into weapons, and most women will commit a crime with a knife. I'm not saying men don't, but for me, men, it's got to be. Most men would use a gun if it was sexual. I think they'd use their hands. I think they'd strangle. And that was part of the serial killer video I did. Gangs use knives, especially in the UK, because guns aren't very common at all. So it's quite hard to compare UK crimes with US. But in general, men would use a gun. I just think cartel might have used guns. But who's to say? It's just guesswork. But women, poison or knives. Yes, exactly. Estrella or poison. Women are poison or knives. Yes, exactly that. Pagan Ways, welcome. Maybe a poll before your next live. Oh yeah, what? Of course, impromptu. What do you mean when I should do one? Is that what you mean? I think more than one kill Ellie as well. I just think, we've got wounds that don't match. Sorry, Skylar, I'm so sorry. I don't know if you're I don't know if you're joking or not. I don't think so. Do you? But I do think there's a possibility that Jack was jealous. I think that is a possibility. So yeah, Brooke, do you mean have a poll as to when to do this? Thank you, Sherlock. Yeah, I did just jump up because I knew I had to break the ice. I had to just get on. But yeah, I will definitely give you guys notice. Definitely. Well, you see, I think there are autopsy reports, but the cops and whoever else attended, they've lost all their notes. Yeah, Bryn, they have. That's Bryn. Oh gosh, really? Wow. How on earth did you get that? I don't believe it was one perp either. I do not believe it was one perp. I agree completely. I don't. Oh, it's in my about section. I can put it up here actually. Maybe a poll on top questions from viewers. Okay. Well, exactly. How do they lose notes? Like, bear with me. So I am pale. Oh God. I'm doing this wrong now. Pale and beyond. It's pale and beyond at gmail.com. I had a new keyboard. My keyboard broke. That's my email there. It's also in my about section, guys, if you need it. Yeah, my new keyboard, the symbols are all over the place. So my quotation mark is an at symbol. My at symbol is a quotation mark. It's been a journey. It really has. Yeah, I think Sunday's fun because not many people do much Saturdays and Sundays. I'm sitting at home going, who's live? And there's nobody live ever. So that might be quite nice. Oh, thank you, Brooke. I just feel like I'm sort of chatting to my mates now because you're all so lovely. It's nice to actually do this at last. So yeah, I think Sundays, because nearly every Sunday night my son's with his dad. So that could be, I mean, I know we're all on different time frames. So it's hard to know. I know other people, Sunday afternoons, people have their lunch or go for a nice walk and do all of that. But yeah, Sunday nights probably, but then I don't know. We can't please everyone, but yeah, I'll do this more often now. I'm much happier. I feel relaxed about it. So there we go. If anyone would like to talk about anything else, it's weird, isn't it? When I see other people go live, they can see how many people are watching. They can see all sorts of things, and I can't. We've got a private chat. I think that's if you're going to invite people up. Comments starred. I don't know what's. Oh, starred. That's right. Oh, bless you all for your super stickers. That is so kind of you all. I'm made up. I really am. Thank you. I didn't expect that at all. Yeah. So okay. Well, yes. Thank you, Rach. Who knows? One day I might need mods. I'll be so crazily busy up here that some of you will be my mods, and that was brilliant. Oh God, was he? I didn't know Ethan was Jewish. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Oh, Coffin Thomas, thank you so much. That is so kind. Thank you very much. Um, yeah, 73 watching. I'm made up. I really am. I know that AR Hayes said he'd come up with me sometime. I reckon we'll get Dago up here and we'll have Tommy Jude. He's going to come up, but you know, weekends are difficult. People are busy with family and stuff, aren't they? It's really ironic because of course, I'm the mum who does all the school runs and then Saturday evening and Sunday, he goes to his dad's pretty much. So what should be family weekends is I'm here with my dogs. So there we are. Yeah, put the word out, people. That'd be brilliant. And guys, you know, come up on panel sometime. And yeah, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please. Or as Lana always says, all the thumbs down. I like Lana. She does so much work and comes up with some amazing stuff we'd never see if she didn't really dig into this. You know, we'd be like, she comes out all this cam footage. We wouldn't have it if it wasn't for Lana. She's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, Willow, thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm really humbled. Thank you so much. I'm absolutely made up. Listen, guys, I'm never ever going to ask you for money. I am never going to say, buy me a coffee, buy me a beer. I'm not here for that. It is absolutely 100% appreciated. Thank you so much. I'm humbled. But yeah, if you could like, subscribe, share. I never really knew the share thing till I had a channel of my own. So it's just been amazing to meet you all. I might jump on later. I don't know what time it is with you. It is 9:30 UK time, I think. I tell you what, all my spotlights, I've got about a third of them working in my kitchen. So I'm a little bit in the dark. I can't see my clock. I think it's 25 to 10 UK time. Yeah, we'll see how. I'm probably going to be bored later. I'm probably just going to go and scout around YouTube to see if anyone else is live. 3:30. Oh, do you know what, guys? I know most of my subs are American. I can't praise America enough. I've done quite a lot of American travel. Thank you, SRB. Thank you so much. My first trip to America was New York because my friend who did live around the corner, we waitressed together before going to uni. She went to uni, we got through uni. Then she moved to Oxford, and I lived in London, UK. And then she got made redundant. She's a scientist, but they kept two of them back. And she got flown to Toronto and New York, and she could choose where she worked, and she chose New York. And I was like, back of the net. I'm going to have to come and visit you. And I actually flew out a year after 9/11. And my flight from UK to New York was £187 return on Virgin Airways. My God, I fell in love with New York. It was really sad. I went to Ground Zero, did the NYPD museum. It was very, perhaps 2 years before it would have had a different vibe, but the people were just so amazing. So I went out to New York after that about 5 times. I absolutely love that city. I've been to Boston and I did Route 66 on the back of a Harley. And oh my God, what a trip that was. I wrote a diary. If I can find it, I might do a little video on it. It was amazing. What a country you guys live in. SRB, do you know what? It never disappointed. I got the same buzz every single time I went. And I always, because my friend would work in the daytime and I used to get an open top bus on my own every time. And I used to just sit on that bus. I went Christmas once, but I always did March or April. And I'd sit in the spring just driving around the city on an open top bus. And I always felt really safe there. I absolutely loved it. Tried a sushi restaurant on my own and didn't know what the hell I was ordering. I had enough for a buffet for about 8 people, I think. It was so embarrassing, but yeah, I am a badass. I did Route 66 on the back of an Electroglide Harley Davidson. It was just the best trip ever. Well, guys, I think I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vix. Yes, my son keeps saying, Mum, can we go to London? I'm like, yes, we will definitely go to London, Putney. Do you know what, Vix? I did a Google Map tour of Putney the other day. I used to live in Hackney as well. I did all the old roads and I cried. I cried. I was like, oh, that was my old life. But anyway, I'm digressing. The true crime has gone down the pan. I'm really sorry, guys, but this was a kind of hi everyone. I'm doing it. I'm doing a live and welcome and thank you so much for your support. I'm going to end now, and I'm going to have a scout round, see who else is live, and I might pop back up later. I just might, because it's like, woohoo! We'll see. I'll see if I can get Albert AR Hayes. He did say your first live, I'll come on, but you know what? I gave no one notice. I just hit, bam, let's do it. So I've done it now. I'm not scared anymore, guys. Thank you so much for your super chats. I'm going to sign off. You're all amazing. Thank you to all of you who get me. I hope I don't upset anyone. And little Bryn is sitting next to me. You gonna say bye? Here's Brinny. Here he is. He's more shy. Doris. Bryn sits next to me and pulls at me to just make sure I stroke him all the time. Doris will say bye, won't you? Come here, girl. You hear the tip tap? That's it. Come on, I'm going to show you who the tip tap is. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. And I'm going to end the stream. I wonder how you keep the chat going. I don't know. We live and learn. But thank you. Take care. And enjoy your Monday. And if I don't see you later, I will see you soon. Bye. Thank you.